I love my deen and I love my community and I love my people. And I know that my people have the best of hearts and they've got beautiful qualities. But when I look at the way that we're living, it breaks my heart to see that we've left the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've left the best example for the life of what? For the life of gangsters, man. And I think to myself, when's it going to end? When are we as a community going to pull up and wake up and see that not only are we destroying ourselves, not only are we giving a bad image towards our deen, but we're actually killing each other. We're literally killing each other. And for what? For what? I don't understand. Why? Because you watch Scarface, then now you want to follow him. One day I was watching the making of it, yeah? And even in the making, they're saying that Al Pacino, he didn't even know where to place his hand on the rifle. He ended up burning his hand. And we believe it. Even Tupac Shakur, when he was offered a role to play a Muslim gangster, he says there's no such thing.
Because I ain't gonna play no gangbanger who's a Muslim. There ain't no such thing.
How can he be Muslim and a gangster at the same time? Well, poor Tupac, he didn't come to the area. He didn't come to Punchbowl, to Bankstown, and to Auburn, and to Granville, and Greenacre. Full of them. Brothers walking around with egos the size of mountains. One of the mashaykh, he says, it's amazing, it's amazing. How can the person that traveled through the passage of urine twice, how can this person still have pride in his heart? How? I look at young kids, 14, 15, 16, they aspire to be what? Not doctors and lawyers, not mashaykh and scholars and ulama, but to be gangsters. 15 years old and he's already got a tattoo. And he starts off nice and pretty. Starts off with a tattoo of his mum's name. How cute. And then before you know it, he's covered from head to toe. The Prophet of Allah cursed the one that gets the tattoo and the one that does the tattoo. The Prophet of Allah cursed them. And I'm not speaking about the one who's repented. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive. But what are we chasing? What are we aiming? This thug life? My brothers and sisters, do you really think this is real? Do you think that's living? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِ فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ. The one that stays away from the remembrance of Allah, the one that stays away from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one that chooses a life other than the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says for him is a miserable life. You watch a couple of movies or maybe you watch a couple of songs, but you don't know the truth of these people's lives. They're miserable. They're miserable. Wallahi, they're miserable. I see young brothers, they've left their mothers and they've left their fathers. If they've left their families, what? You've sold your family for who?